She dropped the bra onto the floor, too, clambered into the bathtub and turned on the shower, stood shivering under the paltry trickle of scalding water. Her shower offered a choice of very hot or very cold, nothing in between. She ran the tips of her wrinkled fingers back and forth over her bone-white, beautiful scars, hip, thigh, shoulder, back of skull. "Here I am," she said quietly to herself. "Here I am." Afterwards, her forearm wrapped ineffectually in reams of toilet paper, the rest of her wrapped in a threadbare towel, sitting on the ugly grey pleather sofa in her living room, Laura rang her mother. It went to voicemail, and she hung up. No point wasting credit. She rang her father next. "You all right, chicken?" She could hear noises in the background. The radio. 5 Live. "Dad!" She felt a lump rise to her throat, and she swallowed it. "What's up?" "Dad, could you come round? I had a bad night. I was wondering if you could just come over for a bit. I know it's a bit of a drive, but I—" "No, Philip." Deirdre in the background, hissing through clenched teeth. "We've got bridge." "Dad, could you take me off speaker?" "Sweetheart, Seriously, could you take me off speaker? I don't want to hear her voice. It makes me want to set fire to things." "Now, come on, Laura." "Just forget it, Dad. It doesn't matter." "Are you sure?" "No, I'm not. No, I'm not. No, I'm fucking not. Yeah, sure, I'm fine. I'll be fine." On her way to the bedroom, she stepped on her jacket, which she dropped in the hallway in her rush to get to the bathroom. She bent down and picked it up. The sleeve was torn. Daniel's watch still in the pocket. She took the watch out, turned it over, slipped it onto her wrist. The toilet paper around her forearm bloomed scarlet, her limb throbbing gently as the blood pulsed out of her. Her head swam. In the bathroom, she dropped the watch into the sink, tore off the paper, dropped the towel on the floor, climbed back under the shower. Using a pair of scissors to scrape beneath her fingernails, she watched the water running rosy at her feet. She closed her eyes. She listened to Daniel's voice asking, "What is wrong with you?" And Deirdre's voice saying, "No, Philip, we've got bridge." And to her own, "Set fire to things. Set fire, set fire, set fire, set fire." 2. Every second Sunday, Miriam cleaned out the toilet. She had to lift the, always surprisingly unpleasantly heavy, cassette out of the little toilet at the back of the boat, carry it through the cabin and out onto the towpath, and from there a full 100 yards to the loo block, where the waste had to be tipped out into the main toilet and flushed away, the cassette rinsed out to clear whatever remained. One of the less idyllic parts of narrowboat living, and a task she liked to carry out early when there was no one else around. So undignified to ferry one's shit about among strangers, dog walkers, joggers. She was out on the back deck, checking she had a clear run, that there weren't any obstacles on the path, bicycles or bottles. People could be extremely antisocial, particularly late on Saturday nights. It was a bright morning, cold for March, though white buds on glossy new branches of plane and birch hinted at spring. Cold for March, and yet she noticed that the cabin doors of the neighbouring narrowboat were open, just as they had been the night before. So that was odd. And the thing was, she'd been meaning to talk to the occupant of that boat, the young man, about overstaying. He'd been in that mooring 16 days, 2 full days longer than he was entitled to be, and she'd intended to have a word with him about moving along, even though it wasn't really her job, not her responsibility, but she, unlike most, was a permanent fixture around here, and that imbued her with a particular sense of public-spiritedness. That was what Miriam told D.I. Barker, in any case, when he asked her later.